Has it even started?
Yes.
Can there be a night without technical issues?
Oh, the magic of live television.
Yes, yes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to
The Christian.
and Daniel Show.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Daniel. And
Thank you.
It is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. It is 7:30. Welcome to the show. Hi, Monica, the first comment of the night. Welcome.
Hi, Monica.
How are you doing, sweetie? Thank you for joining us. Thank everybody who's joining. Let me gotta find the show so I can send it to our regular channel. Why is it not coming up yet? We were having technical issues before the show started.
Hi, Thomas.
All of a sudden gave us we can't show this.
Like twice it said you can't start this live session. Or it won't show video not starting.
Yeah, for some reason. But
I can't. I'm so happy we have more updates from Facebook. Yay.
but here we are.
I thought we were going to do this on Zoom.
We were going to do it on Zoom, but we didn't.
And that is all the explanation I ever need.
Sometimes you just got to be the decision maker in the relationship.
I was really looking forward to the Zoom thing because I love Zoom.
It is fun. It is. But I'm having a technical issue, so entertain the people while
I wish I had space. I'd do a tap dance for you, a little show. I don't know if it comes with YouTube Premium or whatever they're calling their subscription service, where you don't get all the annoying commercials and interruptions when you're trying to just enjoy videos, and the way they used to be when they first started. But I got to see the first episode of Raised by Wolves, which is a new sci-fi original on HBO Max. And it's about humans who are being raised by androids. Yeah. And it's pretty intense already. I just saw episode 1. It just premiered. And I'm like, wow, this is like intense. And it's my genre. Daniel would be asleep on the couch next to me if he were watching it, if I watched it when he was here. Because that just bores him.
But that's not your pick.
Action.
Right? That's not your pick.
That's not my pick. You told me to entertain people.
Yes.
That's all that came to mind. Otherwise, I could walk you through my morning, but that's not that exciting.
Well, welcome everybody to the show. Thank you. It's just every once in a while, like Facebook is going through all these changes. Oh, cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
If you have your cup, Howard sent us his picture. Yes, no, it's not the pick of the week. This is just a show that he's watching.
No, it just happened to be one episode.
Yeah.
I only usually talk about shows that I get through at least one season of or complete the show. I'm just mentioning he just wanted me to be filler. Yeah. So I was filling.
I'm sure most of you have noticed that Facebook is going through some changes. So there's a new... it's just different right now. So when we were trying to start the show, it gave us an error message. And there you go. It gave us an error message, so now we're here. But welcome, everybody. We want to start, as usual, thanking our musical director, Mr. Kalama.
Hi, Liz.
We want to thank
Hi, Margie. Hi, Crystal. We want to thank our musical director, Kai Kalama. And we want to... and we want to thank our artistic director, Checo Doria.
And our stage manager, Gabe Leto, who is not on the show today. He's been a little under.
There's probably some stuff going on.
He works really hard, and he flips houses out of there. So,
yeah, again, can you imagine trying to flip a house? That is really hard. Getting underneath it and then turning it over. It's hard to do it when you're alone.
Oh, hi, Maria. Welcome. We haven't seen you around here for a while. And yes, Monica,
I'm not a big fan either.
It's
particularly the new main interface.
And
it's very Apple-esque and too friendly for me.
All of the the fan pages that I have for the different stuff we do, it takes forever to load up, and it's hard to share
everything
anything.
Takes forever.
So,
and then every time I want to look at a picture, like if you guys put up a beautiful picture and I want to open it and look at it bigger, it always pops up and says, "Are you sure you want to leave this page because you haven't finished your comment. And I'm like, I never started a comment, but you keep showing me this stupid message, and I'm going to start making comments.
So I don't know what's going on here. There we go.
I'm yours.
So anyway, this week we have a different giveaway because we're experimenting with stuff and we don't always have the same things. So this week we have a keychain for you guys. So yes, shut up. Okay, so, he makes me feel guilty for these things, and then like I have to fess up for the stuff. So Shutterfly, which is where we've been getting most of our stuff, had this promotion like you get 5 free things to give away. But then last week I wasn't doing well. I wasn't feeling well. I'm still not completely 100% mentally.
I'm just kidding.
Such a dick.
I am.
So my brain is not completely there yet. So I forgot to order something to give away.
Our new giveaway.
Yes. So so you're gonna get this week. The winner will get a keychain.
And we thought that would be better than giving you our coffee stain nasty mugs that are chipped and scratched.
So on one side it says Lilmesican Productions, and on the other side it says the Christian Daniel Show. So you can carry us with you everywhere you go.
Yeah, and when you pull your keychain out, when you hang it on the wall, you'll see us.
And thank you, Alejandra, for joining us. Alejandra is going to pop up. I'm on different screens, so it'll come up in a minute. But it's her first time watching the show.
Hi, Sue. Hi,
thank
cousin.
you, Alejandra, for joining us.
I hope you guys are safe up there. I know the fires are roaring in Northern California, and they're roaring right around Oroville.
And they're starting to
like one of my cousins evacuated already.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into the one down here, but the one in Riverside that started with the birth reveal and the fireworks. I don't want to get into it because I'm going to get on a soapbox, but please do not don't do fires right now. And I feel like they possibly could not have been native Californians, because you know that summertime you don't do fires in California.
You don't do fireworks what do they call it? Or fire anything in California. So, I mean, there's a guy on TikTok that I watched today that he's like, please stop making California sound like it's so perfect. And he goes like, for the next 3 months, it's like it looks like an apocalypto. Like it looks like an apocalypse happened. Like, and he showed the sky because he's in Northern California, and the sun is all muted out through the smoke, and it was really bad. And it was funny because he goes, everyone always thinks it's so beautiful here, and he's like right now, no, it's like an apocalypse happened.
So be careful out there. We're gonna. Howard just signed in. Thank you, Howard. Howard was one of our winners.
Hi, Crystal.
He got a cup, and if you want to see him with this cup, it is on our Christian and Daniel show page. So go check it out. All the pictures go up there. Thank you, everybody who's won and sent us their picture with their bag or.
And we apologize. We do try to get them out as quick as we can.
Because Crystal got one, right? Crystal won one, so you should be getting your bag soon. And our niece, Marcy.
It's on its way. I shipped it out at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, if Howard got his already, then Crystal should be getting hers. And Marcy should be getting hers out in Texas, too.
Hi, Wayne.
So, hi, Wayne. As I said, we've got 2 separate message boards going. One is on my personal page, and one is on this page. So everybody, welcome to the show. So what's been going on? So one of the things that we were talking about before, when I got here earlier today, was...
I don't know why I yawned like that. I look like I was trying to be a pirate.
Parrot. More like a parrot. One of the things we were talking about, because you liked that show. I kind of fell asleep on that show. Love Island or...
Yeah, Love Island, like the least attractive people in the world being made up like they're attractive and then expected to like swoon for each other. Whatever.
But one thing we were noticing...
I did fall asleep too. I missed probably a couple episodes in between.
I don't know if you guys are watching. We're both on TikTok, and I'm on TikTok quite a bit lately. And I like to, before I go to bed...
He's doing a lot.
Yeah. Before I go to bed, I like to, swipe through. And if you are following me on my story page...
Excuse me.
I post everything I post there is TikTok. Funny TikToks or nice TikToks. But I have noticed that, 2020, we have kind of stepped away from, objectifying, is that the right word? Females.
Oh.
I feel like this is the year of the male. And Like,
Yeah, like I hate you know what? If you're a man and you have chest hair, leave it or manage it, but don't shave it off and make yourself look like a Ken doll. I always have found that unattractive.
but
But if you women want to be with a man, they don't want to be with a Ken doll. At least I think so. I don't know. Now back hair is a whole nother issue. If you can make braids, you need to do something about it.
I know what's going
But
on.
anyway, sorry. That's just my opinion. If you love that, wonderful. If it's good, good.
But I just think that
Just my very unsubstantiated, unimportant opinion.
I think that like if you go on TikTok, you see a lot more guys shirtless. You see a lot.
Oh, it's like and all you think is how thirsty are these men? Like, my God, like they're just like drinking a cup of coffee, but they have to do it shirtless. And like they have to do it where you can see like right down to their little V that they have.
Oh, I know what I did. Here's what I did, people.
Okay.
I thought I was
Anyway, so I think they call it Apollo's belt. And like they all have their shirts off, or they're wearing shorts that are ridiculously revealing, and they're just like and they're doing something that you don't need to look like that for, like making eggs, like cooking in short shorts.
yes, and then most of them claim. I mean, I don't know that they are not. But
I'm
they
not
say
thirsty.
They're straight, and then they get all offended when a gay guy comments on their page.
Like, how are you
But-
not supposed to comment when you're putting everything out there for everyone to see?
Okay, I have to confess something because this is so
Okay,
stupid.
okay.
This is so stupid that if I don't say it,
Like he's dying to tell you what he did wrong when we were starting the show. And it's because he didn't use Zoom like we were supposed to.
okay, so now what we're doing is we're posting this show on the Christian and Daniel page. And then I share it to my personal page. I accidentally started it on my personal page, which is where you're watching, but I was looking for it on the Christian and Daniel page. And the video that I was looking at on my phone, which is my personal monitor, was last week's show. So I'm thinking, why are the comments not matching?
And I've been saying hi to people who aren't
Yes.
here.
And I'm wondering, why does my shirt look different on the phone?
And I'm wearing literally a V-neck orange and white shirt, not a dark-colored Redondo Beach shirt.
So I am for the first like 10 minutes, I am going crazy, but I'm looking on my phone. I'm looking at last week's show. I'm wondering. I don't see Crystal. Where's Howard? And now back to our regularly scheduled program. But
Like, wow.
yes, but
Wow, yes, Monica.
Yes.
I agree. Like, are you serious?
and I promise it is only coffee in here.
I know,
It
you'd
is-
think I was boosting him up.
It's just coffee.
Woo, child.
Oh, my God.
Woo.
But just-
Watching last week's video while we're talking, and I'm sitting here saying hi to all these people
Yes,
who
and I'm
aren't
like,
here.
I'm like, because I'm like, right here we have our list of all our guests, all our audience, and I'm like,
Hi, Maria.
where are all these
Sorry,
people?
you
But-
didn't show up on last week's list.
No, but you are here. You're here. So
You probably were there, but still.
thank you everybody for being here on the show.
Oh, Lordy. Job. And this is what I live with a lot.
But I do want to remind you that we do have a keychain for you guys this week.
An amazing
And-
keychain.
but there- you know,
But we have to do that. You have to be. It's an amazing keychain.
It'll bring us closer to you. It'll bring us closer. But they're pretty solid. They're not.
Yes, they didn't make it out of air.
They're blended. I mean,
It's solid, not
Yeah.
liquid.
but anyway, so yes. So the whole point of that first story was that I'm finding that in 2020, like, especially straight men.
Oh, I love
are-
that. Monica's one of my favorite drinks.
Straight men are putting themselves out there in a very sexual way, where like
Well, I guess because you're on TikTok, you get to see a lot how men are at least presenting themselves on TikTok.
But then we were commenting on the girls on
and
the
Instagram.
show. We were commenting on the girls on the show that like there's a lot of females that not that they're not pretty in their own
Like
right,
Guadalupe,
but
at least you're here for real.
yes, but like we see women on like shows and they're bathing.
Well, you know,
they just look normal
something
now.
I just despise is women who put all that collagen in their lips to make their lips look like clown lips. They don't look natural.
They don't look natural.
And I'm sure they were beautiful with what they were born with. I just don't understand that it's such a common dissatisfaction now that these women, that so many, even Latinas who have lips, are pumping them up bigger. Women of color, like, why are you doing that?
They already have curves, and it's like,
I'm not doing nothing to my lips. I love my lips the way they
I
is.
love my curves. I love your curves.
So I could do this and look like a duck all day, and that's what they look like.
But
I don't know how. I just don't get it. I don't get it because they're beautiful.
And then you find pictures. Okay, maybe it's just me because I go and research them and find them.
Yeah. And look up their Instagrams.
I'll go look at like old pictures of them, and they're like, oh my god, they were so natural.
They were so gorgeous,
pretty. And then
like, who's telling them that they're ugly? So who's telling them, or not supporting their self-esteem to the point that they believe they need to do that? Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Like, if you want to do it, do it.
There's some women,
I'm just saying I'm not a fan of it.
There are some women who have enhanced their breast or enhanced their booty that it gives them a more proportion.
And it looks pretty cool.
Proportion. You're like, oh wow.
Like, we've watched there's Skin Wars or Skin Job or something. God, I don't know what that sounded like, but it's called Skin Something on Netflix, and it's about people who have like real. Like, a woman was shot 9 times by her ex-husband before he killed himself, and she still had the holes in her body from where the bullets hit, because you know, when you've been shot that many times, all they're trying to do is save your life, not make you look pretty. And so she went on the show, and they fixed everything and made her look like a new woman. It was amazing. She didn't look like a different person, but she looked amazing, and it blew me away. Like, I understand altering your body when you need to do it for your well-being and moving on with your life.
Yeah.
But when you just do it because you think you look prettier with bigger lips or bigger this or...
And Monica is right. Some people, I mean, I guess, like...
I think, and I don't think it's unique to women. I think that's why we're seeing the change, because men are now starting to experience that same feeling where...
They're being judged.
And they feel like, I'm ugly, I'm not handsome, I could be better. And so they get hard silicone put under their muscles to make them look like they're bigger muscles.
Now that you said that, there was a story about a gentleman who put petroleum jelly. He injected petroleum jelly into his muscles, like just his arms, and he had Popeye arms, and it wasn't contained in a bag, and it started spreading. So they had to take off like bags, like batches of rotting
muscle.
Flesh. Yeah,
because
But you're right. Like, and Monica, you were so right. Like, I had on my list, I had ugly, because I was going to talk about that. Because
he's going to talk about.
I was going to talk about ugly.
When you ugly.
No, but you know, it's just the small things, like my teeth before cancer, before I had my teeth fixed.
Before you had your new ones put in.
Right. Well, most people didn't notice.
But you were really self-conscious.
Yeah, but most people didn't notice.
But you were.
People didn't care. I mean, even in my headshots, people never. I think I
didn't care. I never, until you said something.
Because it didn't affect.
Yeah, but you know, it's interesting that you're right. It's that same dysmorphia that women go through, because it is a form of body dysmorphia when you believe you look so bad and no one else seems to think you do. You know, it's obviously in your head. And I have body dysmorphia. I particularly had it. I saw some pictures from 2010 when I was at my top weight, and which was 530 pounds. And I saw myself, and my legs were rubbing together, my jeans were pulling up, and my shirts were, in my head, I thought I looked so different. Like, my memories of what I look like, when I saw one of these pictures, I didn't recognize myself.
Wow.
I was like, Who's that big Hispanic guy in the back? Like, I honestly said that out loud I was at a retreat, virtual retreat this last weekend, and someone put this picture up, and I actually asked that question, and
They had no picture of you?
I have them now. I'll show
Oh,
you.
wow. Because I've never seen them.
And um, I did not recognize myself.
Interesting.
And I said, "Who's that?" And then my friend Paul looks at me and he goes, "That's you, honey."
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
like I really thought I looked really different in my head. I have body dysmorphic syndrome. So but for me it was reversed. I thought I looked way thinner and much more athletic than I actually did.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It's crazy how your brain can do this to you. So I understand. I get it. But the lip thing, they're just so big.
Yeah, I think, Monica, it's that Barbie effect. Like, the body is not proportionate. I've seen women who do the Barbie thing.
Oh, we've seen that on Botched too.
Barbie is not proportionate. Well, the new Barbie is, but the old Barbie was not
I don't know.
proportionate.
Is the new Barbie? Have they finally?
Yeah, the new Barbie looks more realistic, but the old
one was
Barbie
totally unattainable.
was not proportionate.
But there is someone out there, is some woman we've seen on Botched, who came in to get some stuff fixed, who is almost exactly those dimensions.
And then there's the guy
and she's had like multiple ribs removed.
Yeah.
It's scary.
The guy that looks like Ken, who they finally prohibited.
Oh, that's right. They said he can't work anymore. They won't do any more work.
But it is. I will admit this, that there are simple things that we do. For those of you that don't know me, like prior to my teeth getting fixed, I thought I had buck teeth. People were not. They were like, "You did not." But in my head,
I did.
I had buck teeth. But cancer, chemo rottens your teeth.
Oh yeah, chemo just does
so I was
everything.
I was very fortunate that I always wanted braces, and then the doctor was like, "No, your teeth are just ruined by chemo. We're just gonna give you
new teeth." Yeah.
But
and they're perfect.
But my personality did change.
It did. Everything changed.
Even my laugh, it was a more roaring.
You talk
laugh.
different too.
Yeah.
Like, it's really crazy. Like, a lot changed when he had that done. But it's the psychological change. He was no longer self-conscious. He was proud of his smile. He liked his smile. So I get it. Like, I get that there is a connection. Like, you want to feel good about yourself. Obviously, we all do. And when you do finally feel like I look great, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Because on the bottom line, you got to be doing it for yourself. If you do it for someone else, well, I don't think you'll ever be happy with what you're doing.
And my presence on social media became stronger because I was more confident in myself.
Because he wanted to be out there. He wanted people to see him.
If it's gonna make you feel good,
and that's what I was saying earlier. Like,
do it.
Do it.
But
I'm just saying I don't like the look. I don't understand why, but I don't need to. It's
I
not
just
my
say
business.
that's why you should have a gay friend next to you going, "Girl,
Hi, Martha.
girl, not that far. Bring it back a net." Like,
Yeah, because some of the girls on the season 2 of Love Island, their lips are really pumped up, and then they put the high gloss on them,
but then
and they're just like, "Ooh, you're so attractive. I just don't understand."
But the point of my conversation too was that the guys are so generic looking now. They look so similar.
the only
What happened?
difference between them was skin color. Like, there was light skin, dark skin, white skin. Like, that's it. Like, they all basically, and that one guy had facial hair.
Yeah.
Which is weird because today everyone has beards.
Yeah, beard, everybody wants a beard.
But
and the earrings are back.
Oh yeah, a couple guys had earrings.
I thought we lost the earrings.
I was so happy to see those go away, but they're back.
Did you ever have an earring?
No.
I had an earring.
No, never.
When I moved out, my parents prohibited me when I lived in their house to have an earring, and that I moved out. The next day, I was at the mall getting an earring.
Yeah. That's true, Monica. Daniel is very blessed to be a survivor.
Our condolences.
We both are.
Yeah.
And we know that a lot of people aren't so blessed to make it through because it is really hard. We're lucky that Daniel, it hit him young. Because we saw a lot of older people in there that may not have made it through the treatments.
Yeah.
So it is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't voluntarily poke holes in my body, nor do I scribble on my body purposefully.
I want a
So
tattoo.
I refuse to do it. I go, there's no point to it.
I want a tattoo.
What is it gonna, for
Anybody
me, it's like, it won't satisfy me in any way.
anybody have any friends who are tattoo artists that will do trade force? I'll do a lot of readings and Reiki. Ooh, Reiki while you're getting a tattoo.
No,
That would be amazing.
no.
Amazing. I want a shark right here. And I'm about to turn 50, so I think it's due time.
Well, yeah, you've had that skin for 50 years. Might as well abuse it now.
It really, like, life hasn't abused itself. Drugs,
You
alcohol.
should get the shark to cover up the porta cap.
That's right. I never even thought about that.
If you're going to get it done,
I'm not gonna
like
show it.
hide the porta cap. Yeah,
Why is it?
it's behind.
For some reason, our video is behind now.
Oh, I don't think that's a problem since you were watching last week's.
Somehow our video got reversed. Oh,
Yeah, there's. No, and I absolutely don't believe there's anything wrong with tattoos. I'm just not one of those people who wants them on me. I've seen beautiful tattoos on many a man, and some interesting ones too, very unique ones. And right now, what I mentioned, Daniel has the space. He has a little scar where he had a porta cap, which is how they used to administer medicine to him quickly and efficiently when he had cancer, and also where they put the chemo
medication and the medications.
and the medications that made him feel so good.
I still tell people about that. And
The waves. The wave of
yes, because I just remember, like, for those of you that have ever been in the hospital, or if you know someone, when they administer the medication, when they just like plug it in. I know it tries to give the tips. I don't know what tips it gives us.
Thank you,
because you can't click on it because then it takes you out of your show. So it's really weird.
It's really
but
annoying.
this is where the porta cat was. So they would come in and because today is the 9th. Today is 5 years ago that I got out of the hospital. When I went to the
Okay.
hospital here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
today is. So for those of you that obviously don't know the story, 5 years ago, I had to go to the hospital because I was bleeding to death. I did die basically, right? Yeah. So I don't remember. See, those are things I don't
It's
remember.
triggering for me, so I don't talk about it that often.
But okay, but while I was there, they would come in because I couldn't get up. They would come in and change my diaper because I was wearing diapers at that time.
Well, and bleeding
Yeah.
profusely.
And they would wipe me down, and then they would feed me, and then they would inject the medication. And I found out quickly that it hit more and better when I'd eaten something.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm a recovering drug addict, so if I can find a better way to get that drug, I'm going to find it.
And he did.
And then I would do readings for the nurses. Remember?
Yeah. You were really connected in the.
As soon as they would hit me,
Yeah.
I'd be like, before you leave, blah, 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 blah.
And like
blah.
without cards, he'd just be like, blah, 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 blah. Like it was crazy.
Well, I guess it was because I didn't have any inhibitions at that time that I was able to read people without my cards.
Yeah.
At all. Because for those of you that follow the Card Diva on Fridays, I use my cards. But I can read you
He can read you, girl.
without cards. So I can do that. Yeah, treatments are, but it seems so long ago, and yet it's not that long ago.
I remember every moment very clearly.
So one day we'll do a special episode where we'll talk about what happened when I went to the hospital and everything we saw. everything
Yeah,
happened.
that whole experience with him being in the local county hospital here. Yeah, the whole story's kind of crazy.
But
That definitely is a show.
the interesting thing is that there are things that I saw on my side that you couldn't see, and there were things that you saw that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like the light, seeing the light here. Remember that? Okay, we're not going to get too much of that, but it's interesting. Okay, not because
It'll be a really
Yeah.
honestly, it's a show.
Yeah.
We need to just make an entire show.
not
of
because
that.
it's our story that we think it's interesting. It's just that even seeing it from the outside in, you're like, how the f did all that happen?
seeing, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So for everybody joining, thank you for joining us. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. This week's giveaway, and we don't have a cup. We have hey, these are cool. We have a keychain for you. We have a keychain, the Christian and Daniel Show on one side and Lilmesican Productions on the other. And it's a little keychain that you can carry with us. So for anybody that makes a comment.
Made for keys.
Yes. For your keys.
You could put keys on there.
Your home key, your mailbox key, your car key.
Scandalo.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to talk about this show because it's not my pick of the week because it was my pick of the week last week. But I am so on Jane the Virgin.
Oh, I can't remember who told you that, but
Madeline told me about the show. Madeline and Inara watched it and then they recommended it, and it's like it's billed as an American telenovela, and it is.
It is.
But there is not one character. Well, the guys are hot, and the storyline is pretty good. But the main Gina Rodriguez, who is the main actress in it, her character gets on my nerves. I watch like 2-3 episodes a night, and I go to bed angry at her. Like, she irritates me. It's so she's a virgin, right? She's like 20-something years old, and she's a virgin, and she got pregnant by insemination. Hi, Martha, and Martha.
I know Martha Gomez is here, and Martha Roman.
And so it's just, if you've never seen Jane the Virgin, it's on Netflix, and the whole 5 seasons are on there.
You know, I like stubbed this finger really bad. I don't care about Jane the Virgin. But I stubbed it really bad, and it has never healed right.
Oh, you're talking seriously?
Yeah, for real.
Because, Martha stubbed her pinky toe.
Who?
Martha.
Ormond?
Yes, we were just chatting this morning. I hope you were feeling better, but I thought you were making a comment about her because she sent me a picture this morning.
I have no idea that she stubbed her toe.
Well, then you're channeling her because she stubbed her pinky.
Well, I stubbed it like a month ago or more, and it still hurts. Like if I do anything with it, like try to grab something, it doesn't hurt like spiking pain. It's like sore pain, like it's never healed right. And like if I move it like sideways, it hurts. So, don't move it sideways.
It only hurts when I laugh.
But look at this. Like, it doesn't quite...
It's not broken.
It doesn't quite go... It doesn't... Like, I noticed earlier, it was like this, and I wasn't thinking to keep it straight.
Honey.
It was weird.
There's nothing straight.
I was trying to be serious about the pain in my pinky finger.
This is how our life is.
Like when I go like this, it hurts a little bit. Like it's sore. It's like it's sore.
Thanks for sharing your pain. No, I thought he was talking about your pain. So Martha, as you log on, he talks about his pinky, and I thought, have they been talking that he knows about her pinky? But he didn't. So I'm saying you just channeled Martha in her pain. She sent me a picture.
It's like this. Like I'm always leaving it up now because it doesn't feel good to bend it.
No, she sent me a picture of her pinky this morning, and I was like, ouch. Like
her pinky toe.
Pinky toe.
Yeah, this is a pinky.
But it's still the pinky. It's still.
Well, no, I get it.
Wow, all the way home.
Connect, but yeah, no, it didn't. Her toe did, but this didn't.
Well, how do you know?
Anyway, I feel like I'm doing this all the time now because I'm like, I'll be sitting on something and then I'll pull my hand away and my thumb's like, my finger's like that. And I'm like, I didn't will it to do that. It just kind of doesn't want to participate anymore.
It's trying to leave.
Trying to leave
your body.
It's trying to leave me. Why are you leaving
How's
me?
everybody
Why
doing?
you leave me?
I usually have a lot of notes for the show, and today I didn't. Well, basically because I fell asleep. But I can talk about my pet peeve.
Yeah.
One of my biggest pet peeves
Keychain
is low effort people.
Well, I was saying that about like. I just have an issue when your hair or your weave is so bad that you look like a guy with a wig on, with a bad wig on. It's like you need to look at that.
I'm not going to say where we were on a trip. Oh, Martha, we have 3 Marthas on the show today. We have 3 Marthas here in the audience.
Chase Martha.
It's the Martha show today. But I'm not going to say where we were on vacation. We were on a trip, and we were talking about people being low effort, and for those of you,
Oh, I know where we were.
yes, but don't say it.
Oh, I know exactly
Yeah.
where we
So,
were. Why can't we say it?
Because it's going to be rude. Because we have friends that live there, and we don't want to say it.
Okay.
But I always think like if you're going to make a presence in
I actually
public,
think that's an entire city of low effort.
but if you're going to make a presence in public, and I don't mean it in a judgmental, evil way. Okay, it sounds judgmental.
It's all judgmental.
I know it's judgmental.
Don't mistake. But it's not. He doesn't mean it in a cruel, mean way.
No.
He
It's just
means it in a constructive, healthy way.
in a can I go through your closet and tell you what to wear kind of way.
Because yes, I sometimes I'm low effort, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm not a hypocrite.
There are those moments when I'm like, "Are you gonna wear that?" Well, it's okay. So I'm a little vain when it comes to, and I have a lot of clothes. Maybe it's because I have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of clothes.
Just a little.
I used to have.
He has like a department store in his house.
I used to have 250 T-shirts, and then we cleaned out my closet, and I have about 150
still have a lot.
I still have about 150 T-shirts.
It's not like you don't have. You have more than you'll ever
Yeah,
ever wear.
the only thing I don't have enough of is underwear. I need more underwear, so I need to buy.
That's
more.
like a constant thing with you. You always need new underwear.
I need more underwear.
Yeah, there you go.
Say
That's
it with love.
exactly
Yes,
it. That's
yes.
what he means. He's
Like,
saying it with
I
love.
say it with love. Like I'm not saying your clothes are ugly or that you're ugly.
Even though they are.
I'm just saying we could do better.
And you could.
Yes, you could. We can all do better. Like combs are cheap at the dollar store. Get one. Like just.
I know. Looking in this camera, I look like I needed to
just
recomb my
one.
hair.
And
like I'm wearing a weird
but
beret.
like there's I don't know. I just feel like I was brought up that my dad was like my mom would iron our shirts and they would
Hi, Charlie.
she would iron them and
Starch them.
starch them. Thank you. So I'm used to one of the things. Okay, my very first job. I always talk about my first job. My first job was at Whataburger, and we had polyester uniforms. This is like the late '80s. I was the only one.
So that's when they're really using horse.
Yes, I was the only one that shut up. I'm the only one that would show up to work with my uniform ironed. My mom would iron.
And it wasn't it plastic?
It was that polyester blend,
which is just plastic.
which is nasty. If you guys, I mean,
Polyester's horrible.
They don't use them now, but back then, almost all the uniforms were past
Were like
were the same
polyester.
thing,
Oh.
and they were hot and they were itchy and they were horrible.
and they didn't breathe.
Nothing. But my mom would iron my shirts, and she. Thank you, Chris. Charlie's here. Hi, Charlie. I love Charlie. Charlie makes such an introduction for us. But she would iron my pants. I would show up to work and they would be so clean, and everybody's like, da, da, da. So that's how I grew up.
As he walked in, da da da.
Yeah, everybody, Whataburger. Because my first job was Whataburger, so I would walk into Whataburger and my uniform would be starched. So it was cool. So I guess I'm spoiled. So
My first job was at the Dublin Corral,
what was that?
high-end dining restaurant. Not a diner, a high-end restaurant.
Corral.
Yeah, it was called the Dublin Corral.
I failed to acknowledge that anything named Corral could be high end.
It was a steakhouse. They named steakhouse. Well, like
Golden
Texas Road.
Corral,
Golden Corral.
the buffet place,
Oh, the buffet.
which is open.
The buffet.
Which is open.
No, I know.
It's not buffet
They're not
anymore.
is it not buffet anymore?
It's not buffet anymore. They bring you food to your table. Like you don't get up.
That's
and
not
serve
fun.
yourself.
I love buffets.
Yeah.
Because you can choose your own stuff.
I'm gonna miss buffets. I heard that Luby's out in Texas.
They're all gone.
They're closing all the ones that are left over.
That's so sad.
Yeah. If anybody's from Texas, you know, Luby's. Oh my God, that is one of the few places where their meatloaf and their mashed potatoes and their little dinner rolls.
You know, I really miss that.
High end.
I know, high end. So the Dublin Corral, it was a nice steakhouse. Like people went there dressed up. They didn't just go there, and they didn't go there in boots. And
High end sounds like the adjective for an escort
end.
service. Would you like one of our high end girls?
She's high.
She's high end.
She's high end. He's high end. It's a very 80s. I think it's a very 80s phrase.
As you can tell, again, I had nothing on my notes today to talk about, so,
So-
we're just going into the gutter.
So the Dublin
straight.
Corral, of course, it's long
How old
gone.
were you when you started working?
13.
You started working at a restaurant when you were 13 years old?
I got a worker's permit
Really?
from my school, signed by my principal and my dad and my parents.
Wow. I could see your dad letting you go to work.
Oh, my dad was like
Totally.
all for it.
Like, he would send you at 10
That's
years
why,
old.
that's why my friend Vanessa will say, "You've worked every day of your life since you were 13." She goes, "So there's just no such thing as Christian not working." And she goes, "Where there's a will, you'll find a way." But I started working because I wanted to have a little bit of my own spending money and not ask my dad for money, because asking for money was like basically saying, "Can you put that needle in the fire, make it white hot, and then can you please poke it into my eye directly?
Ouch.
That would be wonderful." So that's like the 5th time I've seen that.
Why is it?
I don't know. So I wanted my own little money, and the paper route I was doing definitely wasn't cutting it.
Sorry, something is skipping
So
over here,
I became a busboy,
Wow.
and
Well, let's ask them, everybody out there watching, before you continue the story. What was your first job, and how old were
but
you?
I'm so glad we got to hear about polyester and
Yeah. No.
Whatever.
I just want to say, like, as long as you're listening, like, what was your first job, and how old were you when you got your first job? Okay, continue. So you
No,
were,
I'm
so you
done.
were child labor at 13 years
I'm
old.
finished.
13 years old, working as a busboy, because your dad wanted you to go to work.
No, he didn't want me to go to work. He just thought it was a good idea because I wanted it.
And you wanted to go to work?
Yes, dear God. Like I said, did you not hear what it's like asking him for money?
Yes, I get that.
What it was like. It was torture. So I'd rather just have my own money and not have to ask him
How
for
much?
anything.
Do you remember how much you made an hour?
Yes, $13 an hour.
You make $13 an hour back in
$25 an hour, actually.
1980,
10,
84, 83.
1912. Yeah. No. I was just earning whatever,
Such a dork.
whatever minimum wage was. Because when you work in a restaurant, you're working for tips, and all the waiters had to pool their tips and just divide it out for the busboys.
Right.
So that's what I did. As long as I was a good busser, I got a good tip. And Oscar's right after. Oh, there you go.
I don't know what Oscars is.
Tax office. Wow.
Oh, well. Worked at top processing paperwork.
14?
I was
$4 an hour, yep,
Wow.
yep.
14 years old, worked.
Stocking
Stocking
at a
at a
military
military
grocery
grocery
store. Oh,
store.
that would be
Wow.
interesting.
Nice.
I didn't know that. But yeah, so my little secret that I used to do was, I had no problem cleaning up after the waiters and waitresses, and I didn't clean up after them. I cleaned up after the people who came in to eat, and I take all their stuff and dump it and put everything in the back for the dishwashers and everything, and rinse it off, or get rid of all the whole food so they didn't have to deal with it, and then they could just rinse it off and put it in the washing machine. When we had a few minutes, and it was like between the shifts, because they were only open for lunch and dinner. And when it was in between, I would walk into the walk-in freezer, because it was always warm. I walk into the walk-in freezer, and this is back in the days when I didn't get quite as cold as I do now. And scandalo. I would pop open the pineapple coconut sherbet, gallon huge thing, and have a few bites before.
Quality control.
Quality control. I had to make sure it wasn't poisoned, and make sure I was 13.
You're welcome, people who ate there back then.
And I can tell you, hi Robert, I was 13, a compulsive overeater. So food was my drug of choice. So, and I'm working in a restaurant, which is why I never worked in a restaurant again. Not because they wouldn't recommend me, because they thought I was great. No one ever caught on that I was doing that, because they would take people's dessert directly out of there, so it looked like someone just took someone's dessert out.
I think
It was delicious.
technically my very first
And sitting in the
job,
freezer, it was such a relief. It was so nice and quiet.
I was just thinking, technically my very first job was babysitting.
I did that when I was
babysat.
21, actually.
I babysat when I was 10 years old. I babysat my nephew.
That was probably one of my first little business ventures. Was I passed out I left a bunch of flyers in Danville, because that's where all the rich people lived. And I would say I do house sitting and babysitting.
Yeah.
So if the parents wanted to go out for a weekend, and leave their kids at home with an adult who was capable, who was had their own car, knew how to handle things, because I was 21. They could leave their kids with me and their house,
Wow.
and I'd stay at the house with the kids. And again, they always say, whatever's in the fridge is yours. I'm like, ooh, it will be mine, because when I put all the kids to bed, I'm going to dive into that fridge. And these are rich people, so they had like Gruyere and Brie, and like they had high end food, girl.
Girl.
Girl,
When I
it
lived
was a
in
one man party.
when I was in junior high in Mexico, there was a store on the way home from school, and
When you were riding the burro home,
we didn't ride it. I just walked along with it.
walked alongside it. Why would you ride it?
I offered rides to make extra money, but there was
You
a
would get
store.
a peso a ride.
There was a store on the way home, and I would stop, and I made a deal with the owner of the store that I would get a free Coke, to drink. Like I would hang out with my friends, get a bag of Fritos and a Coke.
Oh, you mean it wasn't a bag of Coke?
No.
A free bag of
Not
Coke.
when I was in junior high. That's ridiculous. High school.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. But I made a deal with the owner, and I would help him out in the afternoons so he could go home and have lunch.
Again.
I know. I don't know why I was
Anyway,
doing
we're getting
that.
there.
But he would go home for lunch, and
you kind of cover
I
the
would
store?
cover him for an hour.
Wow.
But in the morning, like on the way
But just
home,
for a Coke.
yeah, it's on the way home. I could get a Coke and a bag of Fritos and like a little snack, and
Nice.
and then
What'd you get for the burro?
I sold the burro in Tijuana. He still has the show going on right now. Only on Friday nights because he's getting older. But yeah, so he would give me that, and then I would go home, do my homework, and then I would come back to the store. So he'd get home and take a shower and freshen up, so he could work the rest of the night. And that was like one of my jobs.
Wow, you're almost giving him like a siesta.
Yeah, basically. And,
Wow.
that was one of the jobs.
And again, you would just do it for Coke and some snacks.
Yeah, some snacks, and that way, whenever
That's cool.
Yeah, and then sometimes when I would walk to school in the mornings, because sometimes we got rides. If I was walking to school in the morning, I could
Well,
stop
sometimes
by.
you ride the burro.
And whenever the burro wasn't riding me, you know what I mean. Then I would grab
wasn't going there.
I would grab like
Okay.
a bag of cookies or something like to take to school with me. But we would trade. Like I think that was the beginning of me like trading services for services. Like, hey, you provide me with something, and I'll come in.
That was the beginning of you trading services for
Those are the
services, huh?
And then my name Lola for a while. I was Lola. I was a showgirl. For those of you joining us,
I was a private dancer.
For those of you joining us, I'm
A dancer for money.
This is the Christian and Daniel show. Again, if you're watching the show, if you want to comment, this week's giveaway is our keychain with our name on it and Lilmesican Productions in the back. We'll be back next week with some more giveaways, but this is our giveaway for the week. So
I like this.
this is nice. Oh, you're watching the time. I love that.
I can do that too.
You can do that too.
While
He
you tell your
usually
stories
messes
about burros and dirt roads that you walked on in unpaved cities.
I didn't know. I didn't have it in chanclas. I was not basic. I didn't have chanclas.
He didn't. It was just pieces of wood he found with twine on them. So he wasn't even sophisticated enough to have chanclas.
Yo era muy pobre. I was a poor little Mexican boy.
I just have fun teasing him because I've seen pictures.
I went up the hill both ways.
Boat ways.
He's such a turd. He is such a turd. How I maintained this relationship for 8 years, I will never know. See people?
that's
See people? Okay, so your pick of the week?
Oh, my pick of the week is Hannah. It's on Amazon. I watched the first season during when it first came out, and it's about this girl. The first season was about you learn about this girl who's been genetically altered as an embryo. They put in bat DNA, wolf DNA, all these like different strands of DNA for her to have enhanced abilities and strength. And her name was Hannah, and she was raised in a glass cage type thing, and she escapes, and that's the end of this for season 1. Season 2, a guy helps her to escape, and he like kind of acts like her father, and she looks at him that way. and they live in the woods, and then he gets killed at the end of, well, anyway, hello, spoiler alert. Anyway, so then season 2 opens up, and she's old. Of course, she's older, and she has broken into a facility at the end of season 1. So now she has this companion with her, who's like her, another genetic experiment, and she learns that there's this whole facility that's full of, for some reason, all girls who are like her, genetically altered in when they were embryos, and well, so season 2 is like super amazing because now they're all older, so they're moving on to the next phase where they're getting ready to put them in place. They're basically being trained to be assassins,
Okay.
political assassins, but because of their age, because they're like teenage girls, that's the greatest cover of all. And because they have trigger words, they're not active. They can be activated at any time, and then when they go inactive, they don't remember what they did. So they have complete plausible deniability.
That somehow reminds me of that show.
There's a show on TV called Dollhouse that was kind of
Yeah,
similar,
yeah, yeah. That's what I was.
but that was about people having their minds wiped, and then they just reprogram their brain for every job,
Right.
and then wipe it when they came back. This one is like these girls are literally genetically altered to be this way and to be obedient, and to,
Oh, wow.
it's crazy. It's an intense show. I'm not completely done with the second season, but I'm almost done, and it's really
Interesting.
woo. It's good, and because of the genetic altering, it's a little sci-fi, which always is my pull. It'll always pull me in with that. But there's a lot. It's a good story, and there's good character development, but it's not so much that it takes away from the action. The action is great,
And it's sci-fi.
and it's Amazon
Amazon.
Prime Video.
Awesome. My pick of the week is a show that's in its second season, and it's on Netflix. It's called Glow Up, Glow, Glow Up, and it's a makeup show. It's English based.
It's based
UK,
in England.
based in England. It's English. It's all in English.
They speak English.
Everybody who is on the show is speaking English, but it's from England, and it's all about makeup. But it's really it's an eight.
It's really cool.
It's eight makeup artists that are just starting their careers,
And most of them aren't working
right.
as makeup artists. They're literally people who just, it's like an interest.
Right. So they go on this. It's a contest. It's a competition for them to get
To start
a
their career.
deal to get hired on as like apprentices and for a big name. So, but the really cool thing is like I don't obviously we don't wear makeup, but if you like this is all natural beauty, folks. But if you wear makeup or if you're into makeup, they actually do work on some techniques there. So you get to see how they do some of the stuff. Blendings and foundations and
It's amazing.
some of the abstract stuff that they do on their faces. It's really interesting, and it's in the second season.
Even though, I will note, some of them do, like, I don't trust the makeup artists that can't make themselves up to look good.
Yeah, there are some,
There are a couple that are
like any competition show, there are some characters there that you're like how, why,
and why?
but for, season 2 is out already, and we're halfway.
We're
season
halfway
2.
through it.
But it's
We're
really
probably 3/4 way.
Yeah, but it's really interesting.
Hi, Ashley.
So go and check out season 1. Not that you have to watch season 1 to understand season 2, but you get to know the judges and how they work. And there's some really popular names. There's some really big names in fashion and that are on the show. And just
It's
the
a good
beauty,
show.
just the beauty of it. It's really entertaining. I mean,
And
it's not thought provoking.
no, it's not curing cancer or anything.
No, you can
know,
sit
and
back
they're
and
not
just watch
trying
it.
to.
You can sit back and watch it, but it's really one of those just fun shows to watch. How creative people can be. So, but if you're into makeup, or if you have somebody in your family that's into makeup, this is definitely a show to watch. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So,
And I have friends who are makeup artists, and when I see these guys doing their thing, and these are amateurs, these are not professionals like my friends are, I think, my gosh, like, how amazing is it that my friends do what they do? Like, because I didn't realize that when you're on set, like, they're working in ridiculous time frames to get amazing
Yep.
art,
Results,
facial
yeah.
artwork and results done. And it just blows my mind. Like, it actually, watching the show, grew my respect for my friends. I have like 3 friends who are makeup artists, working makeup artists in the professionals in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked that they do what they do, and they have to do it with such ridiculous pressure on them.
And you're right, Monica. Even on that show, people with like natural looks, it's amazing how much makeup they use
to look
make
natural.
it look natural. Hannah was hard for her to watch the first season. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the second season's not as heavy as the first season. It's more about Hannah in the second season, so I think that makes it more interesting. Okay. And they got rid of the father. Well, I don't know if you watched the whole season, Martha, but anyway, I already gave that away earlier. So, they got rid of the boring people, I think.
Before we go, I want to remind you guys that, remember, we are here every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Catch us. I do send out reminders, but put it on your calendar so you can remember to watch us. Every Friday at 6 p.m. is the Card Devo, so come and catch me there if you want cards pulled for you. And I have a TikTok page now that I do stuff on there too. And you get a lot of videos. So if you are not on TikTok, follow me on TikTok at Card Devo and comment on something, and you might just get a card pull. You get a video for yourself. On Saturdays now, Lilmesican Productions is putting together podcast conversations, which is live, just like this, every Saturday, 5 o'clock, with a special guest every week. And this week, I have a lady who is the Spice Lady, and she sent me a special blend of her spices.
She's made of nothing but spice.
She's all spices. But she makes this really... she's back. But she creates these spice blends, and she sent me some. So we're going to talk about those on Fridays. So make sure you come and check it out on Friday. And then we have more special guests coming up every week. So I already have some special guests, so check it out. So remember, Wednesday nights is the Christian and Daniel show at 7:30. Friday nights is the Card Devo at 6 o'clock. And Saturdays is the Put It Together Conversations at 5 o'clock. So make sure you check us out. And make sure you follow the page and give us a review on all the pages. And just let us know what you think. Hi, Crystal. If we sent you a gift, please take a picture and send it back to us so we can post it on our page and give you some recognition.
So people know we actually do send them
Yes,
out.
we do. Because the first week it took us forever to send our gifts out. But we were still kind of...
We're still trying to get it done. Now I have an account. I reopened my account, and it's easier now.
So this week, we're going to choose a winner, and you're going to get a Christian and Daniel show keychain.
It may not come to you via UPS, though.
Lilmesican Productions.
I could be putting it in an envelope.
And we have finally almost secured our store.
Yes.
We're like this much closer.
We finally got the middle part that we were missing.
I finally got a tutorial. I had a mentor come and talk to me about what we need to do. So hopefully by next week's show, we will launch our online store where you can go and purchase your own Christian and Daniel show mugs, tote bags, and t-shirts. So we're going to have all thwe you guys. Yes,
thank you.
Thank you,
Monica.
Yeah, please share the show with your friends. There's a lot of people missing in the audience today. We really appreciate you guys following us and joining us every week. We have a lot of people that we've learned to really like. We know you're not here when you're not here because we follow the names. So
yeah,
it's really cool. So anything else before we go?
No. Thank you, hon. Great show.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a pick of the week, if you have a recommendation for us to watch, we do take those seriously.
We do. We've actually watched quite a few things that people have suggested.
Michael Moran has been one of the people that's recommended shows for us. He's not here today. Gabe has recommended shows.
Mm-hmm. And he's not here today.
He's not here today either. But if you, maybe it was because of the Labor Day weekend, people probably forgot today. Maybe they're going to watch for us tomorrow, but we won't be here tomorrow. So.
No, that would be weird.
That would be weird.
Because tomorrow's Thursday.
And then we don't do Thursdays.
We didn't even plan that one. That was cute. We've been together a long time.
You say hi to those from last week.
I know.
Yes,
Daniel. We did say hi. Yes, Daniel did say hi to, and I said hi to many people from last week. I was talking to the past.
If y'all missed, I'll say this story in the last minute. If y'all missed the beginning of the show, on my phone, which is my monitor, I was playing a video from last week's show instead of this week.
We're in totally different outfits.
But I thought
the background, everything's different.
So I was saying hello to people that weren't even here.
Yeah.
And I kept
And
thinking,
I'm saying hello to people because I'm looking on his phone and going, oh, there, hi,
Good night,
hi,
Crystal.
hi, whoever. And I'm,
and I'm thinking, why do we look different on the show?
oh, Tiffany, right at the
Hi,
last
Tiffany.
second.
So remember, everybody comment. If you have not make a comment on
Say
the
hi,
page.
Tiffany. Just say hi.
Just say hi so we can enter you into the raffle. And this week we're going to give away, we're sending you guys a keychain with our name. I know Christian doesn't like it. I think it's a really cool keychain. I ordered it because I liked it. I thought it was really cool. So it's a Christian and Dennis show on one side and Lilmesican Productions on the other. And it's really colorful. So it's really nice and colorful. And
It's very colorful.
Yeah, it's nice. It's got all the chocolate colors on there. So
It does. It's amazing.
and we'll put our energy into it to make sure we send you some good energy, some good vibes. So anyway, for Lilmesican Productions, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Oh, yay. Oh,
Bye.
4 a.m. Oh, God bless you.
Go to bed. Have a good night, guys.
Go to bed.
Bye.
We love you guys. Bye.